Okay, Shalom. I want to start giving all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Respect and charity to all you brothers out on the battlefield pushing this word with sincerity and truth. This is another episode of Performing Arts on the Streets. Okay, and this is Brother Shammai, Prince Shammai Basar. Okay, so today I'm going to do two little episodes. The first one that I'm going to start with today is this episode that I read in the newspaper. Now, the reason why I bring this out, and this is in the New York Post. Let me see. Just make sure. My bad. This is in the Daily News. Okay, this is the Daily News, and it's talking about. The name of it is the Slave Auction Shocker. Parent alleged teacher had white students bid on black kids in her 5th grade class. So you can find this in the Daily News. All right, so I wanted to read a little bit of that article. It's because ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. And see, that's what our people need to know. Our people are so stuck up in the things in this philosophy of this system and not really getting into the deep things of the oracles of God. Okay? So what do you do? What do you need? What do you do for that? You need men that come out here that's deeply study, okay, and search the scriptures like the Church of Berea, okay, and then come out here and feed it to the people, the world, their nation, okay. And another thing too, if you ask people what is racism, they really don't know what that is today. They don't even know what that is. They have a carnal mind of what racism is. Racism is, according to also too from Dr. Claude Anderson, okay, you need to get his book on power economics. But racism is about a group of people that's trying to compete, okay, for their choice of for their people. Okay? So racism is a group of people that is competing, okay, for all the rights for the betterment of their people. Okay? So am I racism? Am I racist? Yes, I am racist because I want the benefit for my people. Okay? Just like you have Little China have their thing that they only do for Little China. Okay? We had Black Wall Street that we was doing for our people, but they murdered it and destroyed that because they didn't want us to succeed. So what I wanted to show you with this article is nothing new under the sun. All right? And then I'm going to filter it with the scriptures. Okay. So before we get into that, I'm going to read you the scriptures later. So just in case you want to see it, there we go, see? Race, rage, lesson. Okay, and this is the lady. Okay, so now, we're going to start with, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm just going to read what really went down. So it says, I'm going to start with, I'm just getting into it. The children were encouraged to bid on them. Harding said, my son was humiliated. Harding said multiple students were made uncomfortable by the lessons, including white kids, and the anti-Nazi duplicated, and what I think that's her name, anti-Nazi duplicated the mock auction in a 2nd, 5th grade class. Now let me ask you something. What excuse can you have for that? But see, these damn Edomites and nations that mock you, they always make a way out. And that also tells you that these laws are not for you. These laws are set up just for them. Because if you know that these people were impressed years and years, and that's not too far back, that how they was being in slavery and being mocked, and they be in slavery today, we're going to get into that. Why would you have them white kids get on there and play that out? That, you know what I'm saying? Would you have niggas? You would have a problem if niggas got out there and played it out the so-called fake Jews Holocaust. Y'all go crazy over that. The fake called Jews, they would go crazy over that. If somebody sit there and mock them as what happened in their Holocaust, like it was some kind of demonstration, some kind of game to play. So why do you do that with our people? All right. Then it says, Joshua Kimberling, an attorney who represents Antanazia, said that the allegations are incorrect and that she never meant to offend anyone with her lessons. The portrayal of of the history lesson that has been reported is inaccurate, out of the context, contains false facts, and ignores the overwhelming support of Mrs. Antananarivo from dozens of parents at the school. Kimmerling said, to the extent anyone took offense to a small portion of the overall lessons that day, it certainly was never intended. Chapel School Principal Michael Score said, we're in the midst of an investigation and we are unable to give any other comment at this time. James said the reports of racist lessons by a teacher at the Chapel School are deeply troubling. She added, my office is monitoring this matter closely. Founded in, now check this out. This is about, how you doing? Peace.
How are you?
All right, good.
Good. Nice tripod, I like it.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. All right, so it says that she added, my office monitoring this matter closely. Founded in 1947, the Chapel School is located in the upper scale section of the Bronxville neighborhood. Tuition at the school ranges from $5,000 to $13,900. And here's another thing, what gets me with you people, our people. What you try to do is you try to embrace the other nations, and they don't want to accept you. You try to get into their schools, you try to be in their campaigns, you try to be in everything for them, but they only for themselves. They don't want you in here. Okay? So you get you go to these college schools, you get these college degrees just so you can move in these neighborhoods that don't even want you in there. They only use you. They only use you for football, they only use you for sports, okay? Or something like that to entertain them back in the Roman days, like gladiators. And then if you can't dance and shake your ass for them, they don't want you part of that. But see, this is what the Bible says, and our people run into this because they want to be just like them, and they want to be fit into their philosophies. Okay, they want to grasp onto their tail, and we're not supposed to grasp onto them. What we're supposed to do is grasp onto this Bible. But a lot of our people don't even do that. They grasp onto the religious system, which is not part of the Bible. Those are two different things. The religious systems, quote unquote religious system, they grasp on that, okay? And they don't even know the scriptures of the Bible. All right, and then it says, Harding said, black students are a small minority at the chapel, at the school, has encountered race problems in the past, including reports that black students are disciplined unfairly. This is what they're saying. Other parents said that but why do you got your kids in that schooling? Why do you have your kids in that school? Because it tells you, learn not the way of the heathens according to Jeremiah 10. Okay, and we're going to go on to that. Okay, now it says, but another parent, Dwayne McKinley, who has a child at the school in the 4th grade, said he knows Antananarivo and she's not racist. She likes to reenact a lot of stuff, said McKinley, who is black. Now, these are niggas that's trying to keep up for her. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You don't do stuff like that, man. You don't do stuff like that. You don't interact of something that was an oppressing and a bad memory for other people. You don't do that. Common sense would tell you that, but a lot of you don't have common sense. And a lot of you will make up things just so that you could be under the coattail of them. A lot of you know that this is not right. But you know you're getting the benefits of it, you're getting the deities of this system, and you ain't gonna let that go, because you love the system and their deities, what they can give to you, more than you love Yahweh B'Shem, Yahweh Shah. Okay, there's no excuse for this, and time again, the prophets come out on the street and tell you this. Okay, this is what we tell you. All right, you know what I'm saying? Break those strongholds. And the first way to break that, you have to dissect this with the Holy Bible, the greatest book that's ever been written for mankind. Okay? The greatest book that's ever written for mankind, and the mankind is for the children of Israel, and the elect of children of Israel first and foremost. Okay? Not mankind meaning everybody in the whole goddamn world. Mankind meaning strictly the ones that was given the blessings and the covenants, and that was Israel according to Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Holla. All right. Now, I'm going to read the last part. The allegations echo a 2018. Now listen to this. This is not the first accusations that this school first had. This school has a history of this, but niggas still bring their kids and children into this school and part of this. Okay? Ban that. Look at Dr. Boyce Watkins. You know what I'm saying? He's another man that gives another leader, you know what I'm saying, for our people. You know what I'm saying? And remember this, if you guys talking about unity camps and you want to join unity camps, I'm talking about the nation of Israel, don't say that, Shemai, well, why are you dealing with Dr. Botkins? Why are you dealing with him? Don't say why you dealing with I mess with B. Miles, okay, on certain things that he talk about, which is truth and facts, okay? You know what I'm saying? Which is our house of conscience, but on certain points, because you can get certain points and truth out of certain things. It doesn't matter what organization they're part of, as long as it doesn't interfere with my relationship with the Most High. But if they got great points as a nation and they still our people, let's get together and fuck with them. Okay, on that. So if you Israelites say, well, why are you messing with B. Miles? Why are you messing with Dr. Paul Anderson? Why are you messing with all these different other groups? Because they still have a thing to uplift our people, even though they're not in the same thing, quote unquote, with the Bible. Okay? But these are the leaders that when we come together for the well-being of our people first and foremost. Okay, and that's why I always use the elect first, because the elect is going to come together. Because remember, God, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh, He ordains everything. Okay, even B. Miles, even the House of Consciences, whether you think it's good or evil or bad, okay, or you know what I'm saying, and even Israelites, because we got good and evil and everything. That's why He's the great and terrible Lord. So now back to this program. This school had an encounter. They had problems before doing the same shit. The kids, but y'all keep bringing y'all kids into this school. Here we go. It says, Cummings caused a fury after several students and one staffer claimed that the single-out black students told them to lie on the floor and then press on their backs for a lesson on U.S. slavery. A city education department investigation found that Cummings used poor judgment in the lesson, but did not substantiate allegations by one student that she pushed her knee into the student's back. Cummings was fired as a result of the investigation and her overall performance as an educator in October. Cummings said accounts of the lessons were all wrong, and that she was the victim of reverse racism. She is suing the education department and various individuals and entities, including the news, in a suit that her attorney said could become a class action worth as much as $1 billion. See? Okay? You should have never played with anything like this when people is being oppressed or messed up. That, you know, I would take it like, do I look like a fucking joke to you? Excuse my language. Do I look like a joke? You know what I'm saying? That you can mock me and my people, the things that oppressed us, that kept us down. Okay, to you it was something like an act, but to us it was real life, and it was detrimental to us, and it hurted us. Okay, but you want to perform this like, oh, let's see how it is. Let's bid them on a bidding block to see how it was to be slavery. Nigga, you can't famine that. You have to act that out. It wasn't good. You was taken from your home, you was put up in front of millions of people that you don't even know, that was oppressing you, raping and robbing you, and they was bidding for you where you gonna go at. And then you never seen your children, your son and daughter ever again. And our people are still messed up to this day. Okay? And we want reparations for that, man. We want reparations for that, because you're not getting away what you did. Okay? And then when you come up here and you put it on this paper, let's take a new look at her. All right? Getting real close at her. Look at her. Remember, Israel, our life is not a joke. We're not a joke. And we're not nothing to be mocked with and play with. Okay? And see, that's what I mean. You Sambos. Okay? And I'm talking about our people, because our people is the sickest and the most disgusting and disgraceful one, because they follow apart this instead of breaking it up, instead of standing by this and knocking this down, breaking down strongholds, breaking down lies. We're not here to be mocked. We're not here we're not no fucking circus clowns. We're not no monkey in the zoo. Okay? You want a monkey in a fucking zoo, you go to the fucking Bronx circus. You go to the Bronx Zoo. And you niggas play with this. You think this is a joke. This is the time for us to stand up and rise. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about, you know what I'm saying? First, I'm talking spiritually. Okay, I'm talking spiritually. When the Lord come, we get violently. But I'm not talking about guns, and I'm not talking about knives. I'm not talking about nothing stupid like that. I'm talking about spiritually getting our minds together and coming together for one cause to make our nation great again. That's what I'm talking about.
On PlayStation Track 16 is temporarily closed to accommodate installation of new escalators. Please plan ahead.
First scriptures is Proverbs 30 and 20.
On Track 16, customers in the first two cars will need to walk back through the train.
Attention Long Island Railroad customers. The 2:24 p.m. train to Utah is expected to arrive on Track 2, Platform B in approximately 3 minutes.
Proverbs 30:20.
Attention
Make sure that's
railroad
right.
customers, if you're traveling to Penn Station, please note that the west end of the platform on Penn Station's Track 16 is temporarily closed to accommodate installation of new escalators.
This is what she did. This is how I feel the lady did it, according to Proverbs 30:21. It says, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eat and she wipe her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness. And we using that in the context of saying, like, this is what the people do to our people. Okay? Okay? How they impress us. Okay? They oppress us and then they act like they have done nothing. Such as an adulterous woman. Okay? Twofold. She goes screw and mess with other men, then she come home and kiss you on the mouth. Mwah, I love you, baby. How was your day? And she done fucked and sucked every man thing that's under the sun. And that's to whom it concerned. I'm not saying all you women. I'm saying the one that's unfaithful, that's adulterous. Okay? And that's also talking about spiritual adultery. Our people going into everything else, you know what I'm saying, married to the other denominations of the churches. That's an adulterous woman too. Okay, you married to them, you cheating, you sleeping around on the Most High with other different gods. Okay, so that's spiritual adultery. But also too, people, when you committing these wicked acts, you know what I'm saying? Like this lady did, that she act like it's not nothing. You know that was wrong. So she wipes her mouth like such. Read it again, 30:20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eat and wipe her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness. So now she's like, I never meant it to be that way. I didn't mean it to harm or offend anybody. I never meant it for that way. Okay, that's wrong. Okay? And then she wipe her mouth like she's done nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel no sympathy for that. Because they don't feel no sympathy for when R. Kelly does his thing. They don't feel no sympathy for when Bill Cosby do their thing. Okay? They don't feel no sympathy for none of our people. But they go hard to keep up for wickedness for that.
On Track 2, Platform B is the 2:24 p.m.
And wickedness is wickedness. And I'm saying it doesn't matter if it's our people or not. If you do it, you need to stop it and you need to repent. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord is dealing with our people first and foremost, so He's going to visit the house of Israel first for their iniquities. So that's why we come out here mainly for the elect, but mainly to also tell our people to turn from the evil ways and come back into the fold of the Most High. Okay? That's where you get your blessings at. Okay? That's where you get your protection at. So we're not letting that go. We're not letting that go no more. About they sorry they never meant to do that. You know what I'm saying? Our people being oppressed. This ain't no goddamn circus. Okay? Deuteronomy 28:37. Deuteronomy 28:37, then we're going to jump down to verse 46. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. Okay? And look, that's still to this very day. Okay? This was the curse back then. This was a future prophecy. All right? And we went through slavery, so you would say, shut up. Stop talking about that. You guys need to get over that. Okay? God loves everybody. And I didn't do this. Is what the heathen nations that had their hand part in it. Because all the nations had their hand part of enslaving us. Every last one of them is guilty. Okay? So now they say, oh, my ancestors did that. I didn't have anything to do with that. Why are you doing that to me? Because you reap